What's going on, guys? It's Clutch Plays here, and as most of you guys know, I am a huge Knicks fan, but in this video I'm going to be as unbiased as possible and explaining where the duo of Kyrie and KD should go this summer. Shams, the second most credible source on basketball news, recently said that the race for KD and Kyrie has boiled down to the Nets and the Knicks. KD and Kyrie have both made it clear that they want to play together, and at the end of the day, we all know the only two teams this duo will go to are the Knicks and Nets. With that said, in this video we are going to be ranking the Nets and Knicks by three categories of legacy, the impact this move will have on how people view them in the future, team roster, the players on their roster, assets going forward, ability to win championships, and the front office, which is the coach, GM, and the owner of the team. It pains me so much to do this unbiased, but I am going to persevere and explain which team this duo should go to. To start, if the Nets end up signing KD and Kyrie, their former playoff roster will take major hits. Most importantly, the Nets will be without their main star D'Angelo Russell because they simply will not have enough money to re-sign him. In the 2019 season, the Nets will have Spencer Dinwiddie, Caris LeVert, Jarrett Allen, Joe Harris, and Taurean Prince. This roster does seem nice, but adding only Kyrie to this team in the 2019 season, since KD will be out for the season, does not significantly improve their team. In the 2020 NBA season, when KD and Kyrie are both healthy, this team will take another significant hit since the rising star Caris LeVert will be a free agent. He's restricted though. He will definitely be asking for a contract around the $20 million per year range or even more, so the Nets may be forced to let him go instead of having to pay a huge luxury tax. The current players the Nets can surround KD and Kyrie with is the best core that the Nets can add since they traded away their future picks for cap relief. On the other hand, the Knicks have Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, Dennis Smith Jr., and Alonzo Trier to surround KD and Kyrie in the 2019 season. However, these players are all very young and still have room to grow, so adding Kyrie to the team in 2019 will make them a bottom seed in the East. They might even struggle to make the playoffs. Once KD returns in 2020, this roster will be one more year developed with players like RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, and Mitchell Robinson who have serious potential to become NBA stars. This young core on small contracts compared to the core of the Nets will be significantly better because not only do they have the potential to be better, but say KD and Kyrie are not good enough to carry a team to a championship, the Knicks will get a third star to accompany them. Whether it's a player like Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, or Donovan Mitchell who requests a trade to a new team, because it happens every year. It was Kyrie, then Paul George, then Anthony Davis, and soon another player will be up for grabs on the market, and the Knicks will have all the assets and young players in the world to get them. The Knicks have all their future picks, 2 Mavericks picks, and great young players with tons of potential. This is everything a team wants in a trade for a star player who requests a trade, and there is so much more that the Knicks can do to surround KD compared to the Nets, so if the two of them want to win championships, going to New York is 100% the play. The front office. The Nets front office is one of the best in the entire NBA, maybe even the best in the NBA. Everyone in the front office has their players' backs, as we see how much the Nets work with their young players to develop them, all the way to Sean Marks walking into the ref's room complaining to them about the officiating. The best part about this is even the Nets owner Joe Tsai came out and was in support of Marks' actions, knowing what he was going to say was going to give him a fine. Kenny Atkinson is the best developmental coach in the NBA and showed he can lead a team to a winning record as he did this season. This organization is extremely steady and everything 2-star players like KD and Kyrie want coming to a new NBA team. The Knicks have a great coach who absolutely no one has come out and said anything bad about. KP loved Fizdale even though he left the Knicks. Marc Gasol, who was part of the reason Fizdale got fired, still loves Fizdale, and if you ask anyone in the NBA about him, they will give you nothing but positive reviews. Also to mention, he did take Memphis to the playoffs, and the next season when he got fired, they had the 4th overall pick in the draft with the same exact roster. Now take that for data. That was cringe, I'm sorry. The Knicks front office led by Steve Mills and Scott Perry has been incredible in trades, drafting, and using their free agency money wisely. The only thing they did wrong was cut the GOAT, Ron Baker, of course, but hopefully they'll realize their mistake and re-sign him back ASAP. The owner situation with the Knicks is terrible, and James Dolan is one of the worst owners in the NBA. Dolan doesn't mess with the front office because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing and just lets the management do their job. However, Dolan has absolutely no respect among anyone hates criticism, and even kicked a fan out of a game for saying sell the team to him. He's one of the main contributors to the Knicks culture for the past frickin' 20 years. So hopefully Dolan stays out of things, because that's when the Knicks are best as an organization. But to be honest, the Nets front office is much more proven, and also their owner situation is so much better than the Knicks, so they definitely take the front office. Finally, the legacies. The legacy of KD and Kyrie, if they go to Brooklyn, will be saving a franchise that sucks and has sucked for a very long time. They will be remembered as the team that joined forces with Brooklyn after leaving the Knicks in the dust. If KD and Kyrie win a championship in Brooklyn, the New York Times newspaper will have on the front page, "Who are the Knicks selecting in the draft?" And on the back page it will say, "After joining the Nets over the Knicks, KD and Kyrie won a championship." I'm sorry, that's just how things are in New York, so I guess they have to live with it. There's no significant legacy being left if the two of them join the Nets. I'm sorry, there just isn't. If Kyrie and KD join the Knicks, they instantly become living legends walking around New York City and will have the same exact treatment Kawhi gets if he stays in Toronto. People will give you whatever you want. You will be given gifts constantly, and you will be idolized forever by Knicks fans if you even make it to the finals. Knicks fans have suffered through enough losing seasons. If you give us one season of winning, you become instant legends. On top of this, if KD wins a chip in New York, he instantly becomes the GOAT in Knicks fans' minds, and he even has a case to be the GOAT among other people because he has brought a chip to New York. KD will go from being the most hated to the most loved player in the NBA in a heartbeat if he signs with the Knicks, and Kyrie will turn into the second most loved player in the NBA. This duo can become idolized if they come to New York and have the chance to change the biggest fan base in the entire NBA. At the end of the day, KD and Kyrie will make their decision together, and if they lay out the pros and cons of coming to the Knicks and Nets, this should be a much easier choice than the media is making it. I hope KD and Kyrie make the right decision and come to the Knicks, because yeah, the owner sucks and they have a slightly worse front office than the Nets, but don't dwell on the past Knicks and look at everything else they have going for themselves. I thought I did a pretty well job of it. Maybe I let out a slight bias here and there, but it seems clear what they should do when it comes down to their legacies, chances of winning a championship, and management. Now I'm out, and peace!